Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Monmouth County. My name is Donna Oberer. My pronouns are she and her. I currently serve as a member of the Committee on Congregational Ministry, better known as COCOM. Whoever you are, whomever you love, however you arrived at this beloved place, you are welcome here. Our mission is to create community, transform ourselves, and transform the world. This morning we welcome Drake Baer, who comes to us from the UU Congregation of Princeton. He last delivered a sermon here in 1997 when he was adult chair of the Metro District's Youth Adult Committee. During the 1990s, he served on UUA's Young Religious Unitarian Universalist Steering Committee. He led Young Religious UU leadership development training for several UUA districts and was lead advisor for a national queer youth empowerment conference. Drake retired early in 2003 as president of Princeton Publishing Group. He has since worked as a clinical astrologer and landlord. He serves on several committees at the UU Congregation of Princeton. He is a worship associate and occasionally leads services. Drake lives in Princeton with his partner of nearly 37 years, Michael Cadden. He enjoys traveling, art, theater, gardening, hosting dinners, and occasionally performing opera. Welcome, Drake. Thank you for being here. Now I call your attention to the back side of your orders of service for announcements and service information for next week. For those on the live stream and for video viewers, the order of service link is available to you in the YouTube service description box. After the service, refreshments will be served in the community room, and people of all ages are welcome to visit with one another. If you are new to us, please do check out our website, UUCMC.org, where you can sign up to get all the latest news of the congregation by email. We look forward to getting to know you better. Please put your devices on silent as we enter into worship together. Welcome again to this place of love and hope.
Good morning. What's listed in your order of service as the call to worship is actually the chalice lighting. For the call to worship, love is at the center of our faith. During the next hour, may our experience of love subdue the fears that distract us from being present with the sacred. And there's Kat to light the chalice. How much happier that man is who believes his native town to be the world than he who aspires to become greater than his nature will allow. Please rise as you are able to sing hymn number 123 in your hymnal.
Spirit of love, come unto me, sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion, blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Giving life the shape of justice, roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of love, come to me, come to me. Spirit of love, come unto me. Lay in my all the stirrings of compassion. Giving life the shape of justice, roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of love, come to me, come to me.
Are there any children here this morning? Or young people who are young at heart? Yeah, we got a few people. I have a story for you. As good UUs, we know that most witches are fabulous people. But this is about a witch who's a meanie, so I'm going to use the word meanie instead of witch. This is called Monster Stew by Mitra Motoresi. Here we go. Once upon a time, there were two small monsters, Hansel and his sister Gretel. One day, they set out for a stroll in a nearby forest. Deeper and deeper into the woods they went, munching on fruits and berries and an occasional tree as they walked, until they came across a beautiful gingerbread house. Anybody see that? All right. Oh, what luck, said Gretel, and they dug right in, for monsters have quite an appetite. The house belonged to a wicked meanie, and she was watching them from behind a tree. I was hoping to catch some plump little children, she thought to herself, But these monsters will do nicely. I'll fatten them up and eat them for Sunday supper. The meanie stepped out from her hiding place. "Welcome, dearies," she said in her friendliest voice. "You seem so hungry. Won't you stay for lunch?" "Oh, thank you," said Gretel between chomps. "We're famished," said Hansel. The meanie cooked them a feast. "I hope you like it," she said, and indeed they did, for they ate every last bite, including the plates and the silverware and the flowers on the table. The meanie thought they were a bit piggish, but she was sure they would taste delicious nonetheless. "Wouldn't you like to rest for a while?" she offered. Hansel and Gretel accepted. She showed them to the cellar and locked the door behind them. "What a lovely hostess," said Hansel. "Yes," agreed Gretel, "and such a nice home." As the monsters napped, the meanie looked through her cookbooks. "I must find a good monster stew recipe," she cackled. But Hansel and Gretel didn't sleep for long. "I'm starving," said Gretel. "Me too," said Hansel. "Let's eat." And they began to gnaw their way through the cellar. They ate 3 bags of apples, 2 bags of flour, a ball of string, a pile of firewood, 7 pairs of old shoes, and a bicycle. "What's all that racket?" the meanie yelled down to the cellar. "We're hungry," cried Hansel and Gretel. "All right," the witch answered, "I'll get you a snack." Instead, she went out to her garden to gather ingredients for the monster stew. By now, Hansel and Gretel had eaten the entire basement, but they were still hungry. So they ate straight through the cellar door and started chewing on the kitchen. "You beasts!" the meanie cried when she came in. "You're eating me out of house and home, literally." "But we're starving," Hansel said. "Did you get more treats?" asked Gretel. "All in good time," the witch said, and she shooed them out of the kitchen. She realized that she had better make her monster stew quickly while she still had a kitchen left. She put her biggest kettle on the stove and started chopping vegetables. Hansel and Gretel tried to behave, but they were just too hungry. By the time the meanie came to get them, Gretel had swallowed 4 jars of potions and 3 flying broomsticks, and Hansel had finished all the meanie's library of spell books and her magic wand. "Fiends!" the meanie screeched. They tried to apologize, but eating all that magic made Hansel hiccup fireflies, and Gretel kept floating off the ground. "You two are impossible," the meanie said. "Kabloo, kablan, be gone." And she waved her arms, but nothing happened. "Oh no," she cried. "Where's my wand? I'm ruined!" And she hopped on her only remaining broomstick and fled. Hansel and Gretel waved goodbye, and after polishing off the rest of the house, they decided to head for home. Now let us sing our younger people to their family ministry small groups.
Every week in this congregation, we are provided with an opportunity to practice generosity. This is your invitation to contribute to the well-being of our congregation and to our social justice partners through the good works of organizations that receive half of the monies collected each month. Our Share the Plate recipient for January is Planned Parenthood of Northern, Central, and Southern New Jersey, whose annual teen conference, attended by high school students from across New Jersey, offers interaction with peers, workshops on empowerment, leadership, and health, and access to resources. Our own UU UUCMC member Ivan Polonsky is a past board member of our local Planned Parenthood. For those of you present here in the meeting house, the plates will be passed by the ushers. Online, instructions are located in the service description box. You may join this time of generosity via text, send your offerings by mail, or charge your contribution online with a memo designating an amount to Planned Parenthood of Northern, Central, and Southern New Jersey. Please give generously.
I've been thinking more than usual this week about what we do in the name of freedom, given events in the world. But then again, I often clutch my pearls about my own and others' unbridled freedom. I worry about our freedom to go too far in fleeting obsessions. I worry about hubris and fanaticism, ungrounded, unsustainable values, and a firm grasp of history. I've often wondered if my ADHD is a symptom of neurology wired for too much freedom. As a hippie kid in the 1970s, I thought the value of individual freedom seemed paramount. Parents back then were encouraged to give their kids a looser rein than today, as some of us know. Of course, this followed an exciting shift across society that conflated second-wave feminism and other civil rights movements with encouragement to greater license in all manner of expression. Unitarian Universalist congregations were sanctuaries and incubators for much of this ferment in small town and cities across America. Just as they were in England during the 1780s and 1790s, when Mary Wollstonecraft, mother of Mary Shelley, author of Frankenstein, was famous throughout Britain for her revolutionary essays and novels. Today, Mary Wollstonecraft is known as the mother of first-wave feminism, and her life-size portrait adorns the side of the Newington Green Meeting House in London, where Wollstonecraft's Unitarian congregation was a crucible of support for her world-changing work and a tribune for her ideas. Like William Blake and other intellectuals of the late 18th century, Mary Wollstonecraft denounced marriage as oppressive, and she advocated for free love, female sexual autonomy in her novels, essays, and personal life. I can't quite imagine the courage integrity, and faith she must have brought to the challenge of publicly upending every assumption about what women could and should do or be. Personally, politically, philosophically, economically, and culturally. Despite the lack of agency accorded women in her day, her notoriety for a time eclipsed that of most of the male provocateurs and intellectuals of the 1790s, one of whom, William Godwin, became Mary's life partner. Godwin was famous during his lifetime throughout Europe for his philosophical anarchism, his atheism, and his other revolutionary ideas. Alas, Mary Wollstonecraft died in birthing her and Godwin's only child, also named Mary. As she grew, little Mary's relationship with her ambitious, detached father must have been complicated by Godwin's systematic trashing of Mary Wollstonecraft's reputation after her death in many essays that painted her as a dysfunctional depressive and detailed her sexual relationships with other men. Today, in life, Mary Wollstonecraft, today, Godwin is probably better known for undermining the progress of women's rights in the 19th century and as a model for Victor Frankenstein than he is known for anything else. In life, Mary Wollstonecraft was widely read and celebrated by many followers as the arbiter of a radically new age of women's freedom. In death, she was almost universally reviled and erased from history for 200 years by the father of her child. The first edition of her seminal feminist treatise, A Vindication of the Rights of Women, was a great success in 1792, sparking debate in salons throughout Britain. The second edition wasn't published until 1986. Since then, she has been reclaimed as the foundational feminist thinker, and more editions of her writings have followed. Little Mary idealized her mother during her childhood and adolescence in the Godwin household, which was a magnet for Britain's most radical and brilliant minds. Little Mary's imagination must have developed in conversation with Godwin's regulars, including Thomas Paine, William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, Charles Lamb, William Hazlitt, and Humphrey Davy, among others. Little Mary was particularly taken with Percy Shelley, a wild-haired young poet described as angelic-looking, captivatingly beautiful with large, expressive eyes, a quick wit, and an eccentric personal style. Mary ran away from home with Shelley when she was 16, and the married Shelley was 22. Their bohemian life together, until his death at 29, was the stuff of legend. They partied and scandalized society with the biggest romantic superstars of their era, including Lord Byron. You may already have heard the most famous of these legends, which took place 2 years after Mary Shelley's elopement, and goes as follows. On a dark and stormy night, the Shelleys were vacationing with some literary friends, including Lord Byron, when each agreed to write a ghost story. After weeks of rumination, 18-year-old Mary Shelley produced a philosophical novel about Victor Frankenstein, a genius whose prideful intellectual freedom is ungrounded by love and the sustainable values that accompany commitment to community. As you may have heard, Victor worked to bring life to a being that he alone created from the body parts of corpses. The actual heart of the story, however, is Victor's solipsistic detachment from his living creation that transforms the creature's naturally benevolent nature benevolent nature to one of fiendish horror. As the creature explains to Victor, "For the sympathy of one human being, I would make peace with all. I have love in me, the likes of which you can scarcely imagine, and rage, the likes of which you would not believe. If I cannot satisfy the one, I will indulge the other." For me, the value of Mary Shelley's story and the nature of her genius lies in her courage to face the central horror of her experience head on and craft it into form useful to other people's journeys, including mine. Mary Shelley is still packing them in 200 years later. Guillermo del Toro's adaptation of Frankenstein has 5 nominations for the Golden Globes tonight. Frankenstein has been adapted hundreds of times for stage and screen, both as camp and straight Gothic horror. My favorite has always been the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Can I get an amen? There we go. I literally saw this camp musical riff on Mary Shelley's Parable at least 20 times as a teenager. It ended the same way each time, which, spoiler alert, wasn't happily. My rural Pennsylvania high school featured the usual cliques of jocks, nerds, and musical theater kids, but Friday night Rocky screenings brought all of us together. We'd pile into each other's cars equipped with rice, toilet paper, water pistols, newspapers, and other audience props to participate in midnight screenings featuring the sweet transvestite Dr. Frankenfurter, his boy toy creation Rocky, and the rest of the absurd cast. Together, we celebrated the joy and tragedy of too much freedom. I continue to celebrate the joy and mourn the tragedy of too much freedom 45 years later. I'm a comfortably semi-retired middle-class American, so lots of freedom is part of my jam, ostensibly. Worrying about what to do with my freedom is a privilege, I'm aware, a blessing, and sometimes a curse. I mean, as curses go, it's not so bad. I took up this free-thinking Unitarian Universalist religion because of its freedom-loving history that features hundreds of congregations, like London's Newington Green, and thousands of congregants, like Mary Wollstonecraft. Not to mention a multitude of America's founders and America's activists who fought for others' freedom, from Harriet Beecher Stowe to James Reeb, who was killed at Selma. But paradoxically, I have remained a UU because my commitment to this religion checks my vulnerability to the cursed seduction of too much freedom, like the freedom to give up hope for the world, and the freedom to act out hopelessness through unbridled consumerism and other expressions of selfishness and unconsidered nihilism. Showing up on Sundays for an hour of reflection and support for values rooted in love and commitment to community may not sound like much of an antidote to the hubris and detachment that I fear. But practicing kindness for that hour, showing up for committee meetings, as annoying as they often are, pledging financial support, has, over time, helped me face my fear of too much freedom. I hope Mary Shelley's commitment to her writing helped slay her monsters. My commitment to my communities, including my UU congregation, helps me slay mine. This is my favorite poem by the American poet Yusuf Komunyakaa. It still makes me cry sometimes, so if I get choked up, don't freak out. I'm fine. I know salt marshes that move along like one big trembling wing. I've noticed insects, shiny as gold in a blues singer's teeth, and more keenly calibrated than a railroad watch. But at heart, I'm another breed. The audacity of the lower gods. Whatever we name, we own. Diversiloba, we say, unfolding poison oak. Lovers go untouched as we lean from bay windows with telescopes trained on a yellow sky. I'd rather let the flowers keep doing what they do best, unblessing each petal, letting go a year's worth of white death notes, busily unnaming themselves. And now for our closing words. That's right? Yeah? No? Don't panic. We're fine.
We will first sing hymn number 57, All Beautiful, the March of Days. You may stand or stay seated, whichever you'd prefer.
Please turn to your hymnal to hymn number 57.
57, yes. We made a change to,
Please stand as you are able, is that right?
Yes, please stand as able.
Please stand as you are
5-7.
able.
All Beautiful, the March of Days, 5-7.
Closing words. Simply to be and to let things be as they speak wordlessly from the mystery of what they are. Simply to say a silent yes to the hillside flowers, to the trees we walk under. To pass from one person to another a morsel of bread, and answering yes. This is the simplest, the quietest of sacraments. Blessed be.